Hey guys. I just thought I realized I didn't really do any update on the pregnancy, really, like symptom wise and stuff like that I'm going through. So I thought I would do an actual like 36-week pregnancy vlog. I went to my OB appointment last Thursday on the 13th, and everything looked good. They did the test for the group B strep, so hopefully that will come back negative, but I mean, even if it's positive, that just means that you have to do like antibiotics and everything. So, yeah, so they did that test, and then they recommended, is it called Tdap vaccine? It's for whooping cough and tetanus and all that kind of stuff. And they recommended, I guess it's the new thing that it's recommended each pregnancy that you get a shot. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I just went ahead and got it. So I got that done and the group B test, and they did a weigh-in, and pre-pregnancy I was about 138, 139, somewhere in there, and I'm up to 153.8 according to their scales. So I've gained about 15 pounds. So it's still kind of like under the recommended like 25 to 30 pounds for an average pregnancy, but they've never mentioned anything that I need to gain more weight or like they're concerned about anything. So everything's fine there. Last time with Haley, when I went in to have her at 34 weeks, I had only gained 5 pounds. So that shows how everything with the Hodgkin's lymphoma was affecting things, because I was not really gaining any weight. She was growing fine, but it was like taking everything away from me to like have her grow and be healthy. So that I wasn't really gaining any weight. It was like I was losing weight and then she was gaining, if that really makes sense. Anyways, so yeah, so we did that. And it was like one of the first times in a while that I like was able to go to an OB appointment without Haley there with me, because she usually has to go with me. So it was kind of weird to like not have to like chase her around and be like, oh, don't touch this, don't touch this. It's kind of weird not having her there. For symptoms, I'm still out of breath, but it's not as bad. If I'm moving around and stuff, it still bothers me, but it was like just standing or like sitting down, I'd feel like out of breath, and I think she's dropped down some. Like, I notice when I'm standing up, it doesn't feel like she's in my ribs. Like, she'll still kick my ribs often, but she doesn't feel like her butt and everything's like right up pressing against my ribs. So now it's only like when she's kicking and everything, I'll feel like she kind of like kicks and like has her feet hit up against and like flick off my bottom ribs, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that's describing it right, but it's like you can feel it hit and kind of like push out on the rib and then kind of like come off of it. I don't know, it's a weird feeling. It doesn't really necessarily hurt, but it's kind of uncomfortable. So, better with the out of breath, but I still have moments where all of a sudden I feel like I ran like 5-mile marathon and all I did was stand up for a few minutes or like walk across the room, and I'm like, so she's definitely getting bigger. Now that she feels lower, bending over and stuff like that is kind of a pain, both literally and figuratively, where like the kids have toys, and of course I have 2 young kids. There's gonna be stuff on the floor that I need to pick up, and I'm like bending over, and I feel like I'm a 500-pound like 60-year-old lady trying to get stuff up off the floor. So sometimes if there's a lot of stuff that I need to pick up, I'm just on my hands and knees picking it up instead of like bending over and coming back and forth, because it, like, bending over one time will give me a Braxton Hicks contraction. So that's fun. That's another thing, is that I have a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions. I mean, it's almost to the point where I don't even notice them because I get them so often. Like walking around, sitting down, laying down, I get them all throughout the day. More so the more I'm active I am. Like if I'm trying to get cleaning done, then it's even more. But now I'm to the point where my OB, well, one of my OBs, because they like rotate us through the 3 doctors, but anyway, she said it's fine, that I'm to the point now where if I did go into labor, they wouldn't try to stop it, they wouldn't really worry about it, they would just go with the flow. So I'm not really worried about having too many Braxton Hicks contractions, because they're still not painful, like they're not real contractions, but they are to the point where she's so big. Well, I mean, she's probably like 6-7 pounds, but like since she's bigger now, they're definitely like more uncomfortable compared to like being 23 weeks to 36 weeks. And I don't think she likes them either, because in between the contractions she'll be like trying to stretch out and everything. So there's that. I'm trying to think. What else? Oh, heartburn. I've dealt with it ever since I started, like 28, 29 weeks. I've been dealing with it. But it was only when I was laying down. Like if I had a drink of water or whatever before going to bed and then I was laying down, it would just not hurt, not be like a painful heartburn, but I would like feel it in my throat, where it would feel like if I moved a certain way, I'd be sick. But it was only at night, so I would try to not have too much before going to bed, and then try to like lay perfectly still and get to sleep. Now it's to the point, the last few weeks, it's during the day. Like, doesn't really matter what I eat. Some foods are worse than others, but I mean, a bowl of oatmeal or a bowl of cereal can give me like yucky heartburn feeling. So I've been having fun eating. Got about half of the bottle gone, and I've only had it for a few days. So I've been, every night before going to bed, I have some. During the day, I'm chewing on Tums. So that's the new thing of, I need Tums, like, I'll eat a meal and then have to eat Tums. Because otherwise I, like, don't have much of an appetite, because it makes you feel, not really morning sickness-y, but, you know, it doesn't make you feel like eating because it feels like you're going to be sick. So then my belly is kind of huge. I remember at 20 weeks when I went to go get my ultrasound, I was like, holy jumpins, I feel huge. I can't imagine what it's going to be like when I'm like 30 and 35 weeks. And now it's like, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to like hold it so you can see. Still getting used to using this phone, but anyways, here, probably if I use it, there we go. But yeah, like I can squish in and she's not up there. It's like I can push in and I'm not pushing in and feeling her until like down here. So this can be pushed in so that she's all down here, and she's hanging more forward now compared to being like up and around. She's definitely dropped. Here, let me see if I can